Well, good morning, good morning. So, I woke up another wonderful day today, the same concept, the same topic, the same delusional hunting, So, essentially, I woke up this morning, and I just thought to myself, man, like, at first I was like, what kind of magic is my internal dialogue that you wish so insistently upon being the one directing it, And then after that, it was like, what kind of magic is, my reality that all of a sudden, it's that you were so focused on, Essentially, though, my whole point was like, I'm just going to wake up every day and I'm just going to stop talking about y'all. I'm going to wake up every day and I'm going to talk about my environment. I'm going to talk about where I live. I live in Utah, Cedar City, Utah, and it's a beautiful city, very beautiful, very small town, so very selective people. Anything that happens here, where it began, how it began, and what the purpose of it was initially, So there's no secrets here in this town, Now I've been living in like there's some kind of secret, making out, not just, the things that usual, schizophrenia people might do or be caused to say, or people that get words put in their mouth, that have their minds manipulated, that are ruled through conditioning, impulses, and, all these other hidden dark psychology factors, But essentially, it's almost like they hid their lives, because right about now, like all I have to do to succeed literally, is just live my life. Be thankful, be concentrated, be focused on you, be walking, showing you every day a new point of view, a new approach, a new situation, a new circumstance, basically do what school should have done for you, but in my real life, and keep it all very simple, very down to earth, So essentially, we can all be doing this, we can all wake up first thing in the morning, have it decided that we're going to go walk across our town, out of 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 people that live there. All you have to do is go and talk to what, 10 people out of that day, give them 10 minutes of your day, and basically it'll build you, as long as you say, I'm there just to be kind. I'm there just to listen to them. I'm there just to let their venting have a place to go where it can be understood and received, where every delusion is truth, every lie is truth, every truth, it is there, So, and this is essentially where I'm at right now, because right about now it's just been, like I said, me waking up every day and having to recondition myself because I allowed myself to fall down into the rabbit hole, and the rabbit hole just means that you're living impulsively through me. And if we want to look at how impulsive people live, look at our children. Look at the toddlers. Look at even the teenagers and the college students and all these, young adolescents, young adults. It's the same factor, Look, 10-second Tom's back. Clearly, I'm talking about something that you guys feel like you would like me to have you be here to also put your 2 cents in and support it, So again, 10-second Tom, here we are. I told you guys, it's been about conditioning. What do I talk about? Where's my mind dwell? It's about me and you, It's about being myself and I. It's about all the time that I spent building this gay personality that they thought was so gay that not only did I have to go into hiding, I had to hide it from myself. As a matter of fact, I even went further than that. I gave the keys to others to be able to access and manipulate it and draw it and ultimately destroy themselves with it, because that was the only intended purpose in it. And look at it here. I bet you feel like you did something, like you knew what you were doing. Ultimately for me, I was whoever you had built me to be. Whatever conditioning and programming you had instilled in me, that's who I was. That's why I didn't shy away from my self-destruction. That's why I didn't run from the so-called death that I was pursuing. So now the rest of the world, they don't know that there's two people here, that there's two sides to this story. And just with me alone, I don't even need no one else to come and tell me another story. I got both sides of the story. You feel me? So again, every day becomes my conditioning in this year, yo. Right about now, I'm just thinking about magnifying the people that I'm surrounded with, you know? Because if I'm the one being attacked, then I should be attacking the people around me, you know? And because hurt people, you know? And if all they can do is talk about how pretty and how good I look, then I'll do the same to them. I'll talk about how pretty and how good they look, you know? I mean, right now, my girlfriend, my very, very, very same girlfriend, who is also going through the same things, I mean, her fucking mind is trashed, scattered, just like I constantly complain, experience, and fight about, you know? How I know this? Fuck, dude, I go in RV, shit everywhere. And I'm there all fucking day, you know? I should be able to organize it, clean it, you know? But she's already gave me her little trigger programming session, you know, where I cleaned it, she came home, reacted, through a scene, through drama, basically attached herself to my trauma, and then that told me next time I ain't cleaning shit, I ain't even touching shit, you know? I live in the dirt, you know, in the pig span, and then I'm in a trailer where I know I'm being overwhelmed constantly, emotionally, you know, mentally, you know, and then through her and through myself and through our lack, through our inconsistency to want to make a change, rather complain. We live in a rat hole, you know, where we moved out of the last rat hole. Oh man, I mean, I was going to sleep with carcasses rotting right next to my bed, you know, with the tooth infection, you know, an upper molar infection. So infection all through my body, and living in a infested rat-filled home, you know. So, and again, and I mean, I didn't sit there and magnify it. I overlooked it. I focused on myself. I focused on my job. I did whatever I could to help draw attention from it, you know, or focus whatever I could on it to, you know, manage it. But seeing that this woman, you know, is suffering, you know, she's like my sister who died, you know, and she's going through it, you know. I mean, she is single, essentially alone, you know, while I'm here, probably not so much so, you know. So, and with the benefits of an extra person to help her, not only have I like cleaned the shit out of that RV, it's a constant thing to do every day, you know, and I just let it fucking get dirty, and I let it fucking stay in all her dirt if essentially, you know, it was a problem for me to clean it, you know. But now I'm here, I'm stuck with the one complaining, you know, and not that I'm complaining, I'm just saying, like, you know, this is how much of your guys' you know, influence is currently even in my environment. And I wake up in this same RV with the same female with the same mental attitude, you know, in the same pig span, dirt span. I wake up and I think about what to do, but she just sits there and just fucking thinks to herself, you know, who knows what the fuck demonic shit's in her, you know, but she doesn't move, you know, she just stares at her phone. And every time she does talk, she knows where to punch. It's not like me when I make these videos. She's my version of what I am to you. She is to me. You feel me? So, and that's just where I'm at right now, you know? Like I said, I mean, I understood one thing, you know, from the beginning when I started this, it was a fucking war with witches and warlocks, supposedly, you know? Going to church, looking for someone to blame. And that's what the fucking church's job is, brainwashing you so that you're always stumbled, and there's always a stumbling block there because there is no enemy. You know? You are essentially all those things that they taught you was somebody else outside of you. It's you. You know? Right about now, this morning, the first magic way that I'm fucked with, first thing in the morning, is I go take a shit. And I've already told people this, you know? When you take a shit, that is your psychic power, you know, and your conscience and your body having a session, you know? That's what it means. I mean, you don't reach inside of yourself, but you do, you know? Inside of yourself, your magic shows itself, expresses itself freely, but the moment you try to say, trash can, boom, and move it, I mean, the trash can don't go nowhere, you know? I mean, it could practice long enough, because essentially that's the whole practice of meditation, you know? The conscience expansion is, I'm conscious up here, and my body, it doesn't move. I'm the conscience, you know? Now, somehow, I connect my conscience into my impulses, into my muscles, into the states of what translates my psychic input to my body. Thus, movement begins. Because if I was a tree, I'd just be planted. I wouldn't be necessarily moving, but instead, probably like in the wind. But here I am. I have conscious action. On, as they say, autonomy is not as they like to belittle you and fill you with all the big words and then cause you to inside to capture your emotions so that you don't see the value in that word. But autonomy, it's a very, very, very important, of high importance. But back to like I was saying. So, I live in a Mormon state, dude, with Mormon people, but people that are still down to earth. That practice down to earth magic, down to earth, they work on their hands, they work on their property, they grow their food, they grow their cattle, that's called ground magic, and essentially it's the magic that was removed from humanity. You go to a modern family and tell them, hey, plant some potatoes, milk the cow, go collect the eggs from the chicken, and that's magic. Magic that was removed because now you're too caught up in this bullshit that I'm here talking about, pulling you into, causing you to experience similarly. So think about it. So first thing in the morning, I wake up and I should be talking about the majestic land, don't get me wrong, I've already introduced people into the magic of their minds' workings, now it's not about that. You guys have known that people were that amazing and all you guys have made time to do is point fingers at each other or like basically disrupt each other's coherence. That's about being the only truth behind humanity's existence. Their coherence. So if that's God's magic, that's God's magic power, or whatever demonic devil, bullshit you guys want to sit there and fucking dwell on, basically your fucked up self, if I gotta say it any other way, and that's essentially the things that offend y'all. Who gives a fuck though, but the whole point is, too many of y'all have been pampered, fucking rich and wealthy, and not even if you're rich and wealthy, you're still fucking pampered. Like, I know there's broken people, but that fucking broken? So, and essentially, that's just royalty mentality. And our whole job was just to keep everybody and anybody from achieving that physical, mental state, emotional state, or arriving at their actual truth. But again, it's about waking up first thing in the morning, It's a relationship with me and God. And I had this ex-girlfriend that wanted to get in the middle of it, She thought it should be all about her rather than, me being the crazy guy she probably left and behaving crazy, praising crazy, worshiping crazy. Not that I'm saying you're crazy, God. I'm just saying, the way I want to do it, without holding bars so that people are drawn to it and don't even know what to say or think, But again, it's just a performance, dude. The only thing you guys care about is living like the president is right in front of me all day, every day. Like ABC 7 News is right here all day, every day. That's how you guys want me behaving. Because the only difference between ABC News and the president, is you guys have the lower class people here believing that they don't want shit to do with them, or that they already care about them too much. And that's just the way you guys fucked me up and saying some truth, because you guys like to pamper each other, Or you guys like to be the ones that shove the fist in someone else's ass and pulls the shit out and then tells everybody, look at that. We're not gonna tell no one that, but that's just what happened right now. Of course I'm being blasphemous to these fucking pieces of shit that are fucking waste of time, because it's true. Like, why sit here and fuck with the message, dude? It's essentially a relationship with God, but you did this middle trick. Well, how did you do it, and why did it matter? Why did I react? Why did I respond? Am I conditioned? Am I awakening through my conditioning? Am I living in a mental habit, habitual feelings, habitual thoughts? Have I created my own prison? You know? Am I the one who's in charge of jail? Of sending everybody and keeping everybody locked up? And so far, you're not locked up. You know? This whole job was to free your mind, to free your emotions, to free your soul, to free your spirit. You know? That was initially the whole working behind this. So again, I just woke up. I realized that I'm living in the death of myself. You know? The female that I'm with, I'm giving and putting too much hope into her. You know? Basically, you'd rather me talk shit and give up hope on her. It doesn't matter how I look at it. I mean, she succeeded. She did what you guys want. Sure, for me and my point of view, I'm like, yeah, you fucking cunt. You know, you could have cleaned it. You could have been better, talked better, woke up with a good, happy-go-lucky attitude, made breakfast, lived, but you're stuck in the same bullshit how I am. So I guess fuck you and fuck me. You know? And then, not only that, but we live with her parents. She's like a little rich girl, you know? She just doesn't know it. You know? She was forced to live in her drama. She was forced to live in her so-called suffering, you know? But it's everything that built her. And up until right now, that has had more fucking balls and has shown itself more than she herself, you know? So that's basically primarily why I'd be talking shit about us, you know? Because apparently we need a good kick in the ass, you know? And if it isn't us, then I'm letting you guys do it. And you guys are fucking worthless. A waste of my fucking time, you know? So since they're worthless and a waste of time, you know, we understand why we keep you guys in our vicinity, you know? Since essentially I've been manipulated from inside, you know? I've been possessed and I've been misled to be where I'm at with who I'm with, you know? About the things that I'm about, you know? So since that's the case, you know, since that's the truth, so come on. So again, it's all about bringing you guys into my moment, right? And you know why? Because look, I'm staying with this female because, I mean, I've gotten to know her. She's been cool, you know? But underlyingly, you know, in the background of the scene, she's just been smiling and waving, you know? And not one of those good evil smiles, the kind of smiles that I sit there and pretend like she must be waving and talking to these bitch-ass niggas and shit, huh? Because it ain't me. I mean, I'm fucking right there. You'd come talk to me if it was me, you know? So that's where I'm at right now, you know? Is understanding this female has been implanted in my life, you know? And it's up to me to turn it into something good, you know? And I have. But up until now, unless I bring everything to the light, then I'm the one causing it to become my downfall, you know? So since I'm not alone, and I'm with all of your bitch asses, you know? Yeah, we're getting back to it. So a little rich girl, a little rich white girl, you know, has a job. Imagine that, a little fucking white girl, and she works, you know? And, you know, I mean, I suppose the spirit just judged her, called her little. I mean, she's a grown-ass woman, in my opinion, but hey, you know? From there, you know, let's see what else. She's not very active, you know? I have to find myself, you know, leaving her possession because she's the kind of thing that when she acquires you, she possesses you. And you know it because you become this fucking internal working person that these bitch-ass niggas operate you under, you know, where you're constantly considerate whether you give a shit about this fucking broad or not, you know? And I mean, essentially, we're supposed to love people. But when we're being all these identifying things that are being played with and used to play with other people, fuck me, fuck you, fuck everybody too. You feel me? So, right about now, I'm not my friend. I'm not this bitch's female fucking friend. You know? I'm not, you know, this fucking piece of shit fucking town's friend. You know? I mean, and these are all good people. You know? Look at that fucking house, dude. Rich, you know? That's fucking horses, property, land, animals. You know? I mean, that's a fucking show rodeo right there, you know? In your fucking front yard. You know? So, I mean, essentially, I should be feeding off of all this energy, right? These are all rich people. So where the fuck does this piece of shit attitude come from? I mean, it's not even me, but obviously it's in me. So I got it too. So now I'm noticing how it is that they infect you, apparently, with yourself. And then you think it's them, but it's really just you. You know? So, again, I'm not trying to protect my reputation. I don't give a shit about the government. I could say fuck witches and warlocks as much as a fucking Christian, you know, and every other dumbass fucking ignorant dumb motherfucker out there, you know, whether you're Catholic, Buddhist, I don't give a fuck, you know. I mean, for the most part, you know, we've all been in the same fucking boat, doing the exact same things, you know, being the same fucking puppets, you know. The Buddhist, I mean, he's being fucking puppeteered by ancient old spirits, you know? Things that can make you feel good and still deviate you in the spirit, you know? And then for the fucking witches, you know? I mean, shit, you don't even have a will of your fucking own. You're all impulsive, you know? I mean, and then the warlocks, you know? I mean, you bitch-ass niggas showed up at the last fucking minute, played confuse the nigga, you know, expected us to be all caught up in the witch perspective, but basically, it's a witch fucking bitch ass possessing me, and these warlocks that are the oppressors, you know, they're the men of strength, the men of spirit, you know, bitch made ass motherfuckers, you know, butterflies that escape their fucking cocoon just to go find another shitbox cocoon to fucking dwell in. But yeah, so, and that's where we're at right now, you know? Is where we're basically breaking the chains that are hidden around me, you know? Because right now, I'm the one that's keeping myself small, you know? Is what my belief is, unless you want me to include God and you fucking dumbass fucking people, you know? Or spirits, or piece of shit fucking entities, you know? I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I'm impulsive already. I'm already chaotic, you know? I'm already feeling like I have to prove a point every time I feel this weight on my chest, this weight on my shoulders, or some stupid piece of shit impulse from my body wanting myself to fucking go inward again. Because then they can start the internal dialogue. And I still want to know what kind of fucking magic is internal dialogue. You know? Like, I mean, besides, you know, getting me to face myself and putting me through like all those nasty, negative, ugly feelings, you know, I've already accepted myself being nasty, and I know why. You know, nasty became a song, a theme song, Nasty, you know. So I mean, and that was your guys' whole purpose. Drag me through my ugly phases. You already know I'm meant to evolve through it. But since the rest of reality is fucking stupid, dumbed down, and fucking retarded, not on purpose, but by a choice, you know? And since that's the fact, you know, being that we're all fucking retards, 10-second Tom's back, the warlocks are back. So Mr. Warlock, go ahead. I was making a point and you thought it was better to talk about you. So Mr. Warlock, you know, how is it that you got to release your spirit from your body? You know, I know you have to be filled with hate, separate yourself from the love of God so that your body can release its spirit, you know, but essentially, like, when the fuck does it happen? You know, because I've been sitting here, dude, filled and fighting for this fucking magic power dog, you know, being constantly drenched and showered in your fucking hate, but I don't see no fucking magic yet. So again, see how they get you to want things? See how they let you sit in feelings and thoughts and emotions that are not your own? It's that easy, you know? Because if I was going to go for anything, I'd go for the devil's job, you know? I'd be like, either I want to do what the devil's doing and try to become God, or, I mean, fuck whatever little shit you guys got going on here. Because you guys are all pieces of fucking shit, you know? A waste of my fucking time. Look, dead bodies sleeping in their fucking houses right now. And I'm that same fucking supporter, you know? I'd rather you guys lay in your bodies wasting away, you know, while my little spiritual friends devour you guys from the inside out. Because that's about all I can do for myself. That's all I've learned. That's all you pushed me into. So, what do I expect your bitch ass to be infected with? Come on. Think about it, dude. I've tried being the preacher, the respectful guy. All right, guys, everybody, you can pull out your Bibles. Let's start off with the word. We'll begin with, we can take the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, and use it against the enemy. All right, guys, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against me in judgment, I shall condemn. Now, what happened to the impulsive guy? I start talking God's word, and all of a sudden, you don't want to take credit. You don't want to be in the camera. You don't want to show yourself. You know? And I am redeemed from the curse of the law. I am redeemed from poverty. I am redeemed from sickness. I am redeemed from spiritual death. Galatians 3:13. I am rooted and grounded in love. I've been forgiven and set free from the power of sin by the blood of Jesus Christ. I am anointed to preach, to teach, to heal, and to cast out devils. Luke 9:1-2. So, back to my mornings talk, before my devils showed up and started playing fucking 10-second Tom with y'all and shit, talking all this shit, saying all these bad words, being blasphemous as always, I mean, essentially, where I was going with this was, I'm already understanding these practices, like literally in real time, in front of your fucking faces, I'm using black magic, white magic, and I'm teaching you how, and yeah, I'm being optimistic, a bit narcissistic. But guess what? When you're playing with magic, you don't want to have the weak sides of yourself. You need the cold as ice and the hot as fire. Because that's what magic is. So, while I fight to be a good guy, a God-speaking, controlled, and overpowered kind of preacher, because I'd rather be that kind of preacher they had told me before. I thought it would be like, I don't know, not about me and all about you, and then I could still be as obsessed as I wanted to be. But, I mean, you guys aimed for fuck up his reputation, fuck up what he knows, fuck up every other person's emotional state so they can't even translate it into mental ideas, let alone, have any hope in it at all. So most people sit there and they're like, I mean, up until now, every person's fucking disappointed us. Should I really fucking look forward to wanting to interact with you guys? For what? So I could be a disappointment to you. So I could feel like, oh, you're trying to balance out karma. You want to make things even. Oh, I mean, come on, dude. All this time, all this fucking playing, that's what it's been. Making each other feel like we got what we deserved. So tell me, guys, are you guys burning with passion and desire? I mean, is your girlfriend showing up? She is the master of passion and desire. Is she teaching you how to use that power the way you should? Or are you too busy trying to keep her love, earn her love, show your love, or, convince each other that you guys are in love? Because right about now, I'm just waiting for like a crowd of women, If I had 20, 30 women right here with me right now, all of you guys would be listening a lot more, throwing money at these women, But, I have the nakedness instead, But do you guys recognize that? Probably not, You guys have purified yourself so much to even recognize the nakedness in the moment, right? So, carry on. So we woke up another day, and you just heard somebody talking, and my possessor again. I'm telling you guys all the ways that they play with magic, and what magic is. Magic is essentially your soul, your spirit. I mean, part of you that is asleep to you, It's like you give credit to somebody else rather than accepting the credit yourself, God told you, I made you a perfect imperfection, and you keep running to perfection and throwing imperfection on everyone else, Or I keep running to perfection and throwing imperfection on everyone else, But when I go and I tell you, hey guys, come with me, we got some shit to do, I mean, you guys should have some trust in me, right? By now, I've gotten you guys through your own fucking hell, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but if you knew yourself, your hell can be pretty fucking drastic, especially to you, So, like I said, I'm basically being pruned right now, and not just in my own personal life or in secret, but in real fucking time, you know? So right now the pruning is consisting of this. Earlier I was telling you stories and I fucking had my mind, you know, like right now, you know, make me something else, make me feel something else, and just let go of the thought or the train of thought. But essentially what the thought is, yo, how do I put this? All right? I wake up day after day, you know, with the same conditioning factors in play, you know, and learning how to not just be what they want me to be, but be able to return to myself, you know, because essentially, I mean, that's all you're teaching anybody, right? The magic power of existence and being yourself, you know, of being present. What do you think present means? You think present means I accept the good in me, but the bad, no. I accept the bad in me, but the good, no. That's not what present means, you know? So if your whole life, your whole game has been trap you in your mind by not telling you that you're supposed to be present, confusing all the impulses you feel with feeling present, and then thus becoming my puppet, my little puppet, you know? Waiting for me to say, Walmart's having a sale tomorrow and they're giving away bikes at the door. Hurry up and get to your local Walmart and get your free bike. You know? I mean, this is what you guys do to me. How do you think businesses would feel if I went around saying, Target said they were going to make a porn with Walmart? You know? I mean, I'm playing with entities. They're gods. They should be able to take it, right? I mean, you guys, they have all the protection in the world. They shouldn't even give a shit. You know? So, again, here I am. Now I'm saying, oh, the Catholics, you know, are going to go and look for other Christians, you know? And then they're going to exchange dark magic and light magic, you know? I mean, think about it, dude. This is what my life is. If I'm not being normal, if I'm not getting to live my life naturally, then all I'm doing is telling you stories and selling you stories because I'm not living. And if I've been killed already, I'm already dead, then I'm not going to live. And all I have is stories inside of me to deliver. So somebody better get their fucking shit together, you know? Whoever likes stories being put together, whoever likes someone else doing all the fucking work for them, thinking for them, feeling for them, creating for them, you know? Whoever the fuck you are, if you got money, if you got time, if you don't give a fuck about any of that, but you just want to get busy and do something, you come fucking look for me. You feel me? I'll do what your presidents have done all throughout time, hiding the people and what they're secretly assigning to them to do. You know? Hiding the effect and effect, you know, due to the cause, you know, being gone or not essentially shown, you know? So that's where I'm at. You know? Right about now, you guys are gonna see me have to face myself smoking. I'm gonna have to fast from that, you know? I'm gonna have to fast from eating. I'm gonna have to fast from my feelings. I'm gonna have to fast from my thoughts. You know, I'm gonna have to turn everything demonic for one moment while I fast. Telling everything, sorry, you know, I'm tuned into something holy right now. I don't have, you know, what is for all others, what they would like to hear at the moment. But if you want to see it, that is right there in plain sight. You know? And then look, and then right now I'm telling you, you who are heaven, you who are proud, you who have never had to struggle for a thing, you know, who have struggled yet still do everything, you know? I mean, essentially, you know, I mean, if it's not heaven, then what is it, Hollywood? Am I talking to all the little children that the kingdom of heaven belongs to? You know, who am I talking to then? Who am I making content for? Because right about now, it ain't adults who I don't get along with. Not according to their workings. If they made me not like them, then I don't get along with them and I want to support their beliefs, and so it ain't for them. You know? If it's for my society and the city and the population, I'm not for them, you know? Because all this time I've been here, you know? And that's been like the factor of disregard. Think differently, you know? Manipulate them. Have them talk certain things over his life rather than life, you know? Speak life, speak life. I know the motto, you know? But listen to me go. Is this life? Well, think about it. If I speak life, you know, those who I don't have to worry about because I trust God, you know, I mean, come on. I just got to remind them what God is doing in their life. where they're standing, what they're doing, you know. I mean, I basically can upgrade Pastor Marcos, you know, Pastor Robert, you know, who are people who I've gone and listened to their preaching, you know. And yeah, it's easy for me to be there, you know, adding to somebody's preacher. There's no need for just one person to be preaching, you know. Sometimes couples preach, sometimes duos preach, you know. Sometimes there's somebody in the background making sure everybody's mind, according to what is being said, is being thought of properly, you know. That's what I like to think. That's where I stand, you know. But while I have you guys, I shouldn't tell you that, you know, because then you might you know, find yourselves wanting to hurt each other, or hurt yourselves even worse, you know. And I don't want that. I don't even need that, you know. I mean, you've already done enough. All I do is fucking turn your eyes to that and make you see it, you know. If you want to feel hurt, I'm just saying. If not, good, because it doesn't even sting, you know.